Greetings, loved ones. Would you know how to spot a child who's being physically abused? According to the CDC, over half of all the children in the world, that's 1 billion children every year, ages 2 to 17, experience violence every single year. Today, we're going to continue our discussion on child physical abuse. Help us get these messages out. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit that like button, and please share these messages with others. You could save a life. Child physical abuse is a serious problem. Here are some facts for you. Most children are abused at home or by someone they know. They often love this person or are afraid of them, so they do not tell anyone. Child abuse can happen to a child of any race, religion, or economic status. Other types of child abuse are neglect and emotional abuse, sexual abuse, shaken baby syndrome, and others. So let's talk about the causes of abuse. I'm going to specifically talk about child physical abuse causes. Child physical abuse is when a person physically hurts a child. The abuse is not an accident. And here are some examples of child physical abuse. Hitting and beating a child. Hitting a child with an object, such as a belt or stick. Kicking a child. Burning a child with hot water, a cigarette, or an iron. Holding a child underwater. Tying up a child. Severely shaking a baby. So let's talk about some symptoms that you might encounter. Some signs of physical abuse in a child include sudden change in behavior or school performance, alertness, watching for something bad to happen. They're always alert as to what's going on around them. Acting out behavior, leaving home early, going home late, not wanting to go home. Why do they not want to go home? Because home isn't fun. Or fear when approached by adults. Other signs include unexplained injuries or a strange explanation of injuries, such as black eyes, broken bones that can't be explained. For example, infants who do not crawl or walk usually do not have broken bones. There could be bruise marks shaped like hands, fingers, or objects such as a belt. Bruises that cannot be explained by usual child activities. A bulging fontanelle, the soft spot on top of the head, or separated sutures in an infant's skull. Burn marks such as cigarette burns. Choke marks around the neck. Circular marks around the wrists or ankles from twisting or being tied up, human bite marks, lash marks, unexplained unconsciousness in an infant. Here are some warning signs that an adult may be abusing a child. The adult cannot explain or give strange explanations for a child's injury. The adult talks about the child in a negative way. The adult uses harsh discipline. Or maybe the adult was abused as a child. There may be alcohol or drug problems, emotional problems or mental illness, high stress in life. Also, the adult does not look after the child's hygiene or care. Another sign adult is abusing a child is the adult does not seem to love or have concern for the child. So what are treatments? How can you help an abused child? You need to learn about the signs of child abuse. Recognize when a child might be abused. Get early help for abused children. If you think a child is being abused, contact a healthcare provider, the police, or child protective services in your city, county, or state. Call 911 or the local emergency number for any child in immediate danger because of abuse or neglect. And we're going to include this in the description of the video. You can also call Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD. I'll repeat that, 1-800-4A-CHILD. That's 1-800-422-4453. Again, it will be included in our description. Crisis counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Interpreters are available to help in 170 languages. The counselor on the phone can help you figure out what steps to take next, and all calls are anonymous and confidential. Let's talk about getting help for the child and family. The child may need medical treatment and counseling. Abused children can be seriously hurt, and children may also have emotional problems. Counseling and support groups are available for children and for abusive parents who want to get help. There are state and other government departments or agencies that are responsible for the protection of children younger than 18 years of age. Child protection agencies, they will usually decide whether the child should go into foster care or if the child can return home. Child protection agencies generally make every effort to reunite families when possible. And the system, it varies from state to state, but it usually involves a family court or a court that handles child abuse cases. Remember, according to the CDC, over half of all children in the world, that's 1 billion children ages 2 to 17 experience violence every year. The question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence. The question before God is, what will you do when you do encounter them? You actually could be the person who saves a life. Micah 6:8 says, He has showed you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. You are called. We are all called to be champions for justice. If you're a victim of violence, listen to me. I want you to know that you are valued. You are loved. You are intelligent and you are worthy. I want you to know that there is a way out and the abuse is not your fault. Abuse is not love. And most of all, I want you to know you are not alone. If you're suffering violence, please reach out to somebody today. If you find yourself in a dangerous situation, call 911 for help. If you know of a child or other person suffering violence, please tell the authorities. In our next episode, we're going to discuss facts relating to child physical abuse. Until then, God bless you.